Hello guys, and welcome back to the channel. So now guys, this comes as no surprise to anyone because as you may or may not know, 1 in 10 of every black person is actually a Nigerian. That is a statistical fact. So this is no surprise as guys, I bring you this. Surprisingly, many African Americans hold Nigerian heritage. So it is this DNA stuff that people are doing these days, especially the diasporans. Well, when I'm talking about the diasporans, I'm not talking about Uchenna that moved from his village to America or whatever. I am talking about the native black American, the native black Brit, the native South Americans, etc. Those are the diasporans because of course they are in diaspora because they are black people living outside of the black continent. So this comes as no surprise, but the headline again, surprisingly, many African Americans hold Nigerian heritage. Now, there's of course tension between the African Americans and the Nigerians in the United States because of course you know that when Nigerians go into any space, they try to and eventually do dominate that space, and the black Americans, the African Americans, of course, don't want to be dominated by Nigerians, but alas, they are Nigerians themselves. So let's get into the details of it. A DNA study of a sample gathered from African Americans showed that their genetic origin in Africa accords closely to the documentary historical record. It is estimated that 12.5 million Africans were transported to the Western Hemisphere between 1550 and 1865. The overwhelming majority were landed in the Caribbean and Latin America. Only an estimated 3 to 5% were disembarked in mainland North America. However, the genetic study provides nuances to this historical record. For example, there is little documentary evidence of captives transported from what is now Nigeria to North America. However, the DNA sample of African Americans participating in the survey show an unexpectedly high percentage of origin from modern-day Nigeria. The explanation might be that a significant number of slaves landing on the North American mainland came from the Caribbean rather than directly from Africa. Some may have been trafficked through the English possessions in the Caribbean from Africa to North America. Others may have been enslaved in the Caribbean plantations, and only later were they and their children trafficked to North America. If in fact a significant percentage of slaves trafficked to North America were of second generation in the Western Hemisphere, that could in part account for the apparently longer lifespan and higher reproductive rates of slaves in North America than in the Caribbean. They had already been exposed to and acquired some immunity from diseases common in the Western Hemisphere but rare and unknown in Africa. So there you have it, ladies and gentlemen, the African American, the black American, however you choose to term them, but their term now, of course, is the Nigerian American. So the average African American now is actually factually a Nigerian American. So welcome on board, brothers and sisters. You might as well now choose to follow along with us rather than rebel against us, because we are now one and the same according to your DNA. And your DNA really is your historical data. So your historical data has now placed you within the Nigerian geographical space. So welcome back home and stand in line and learn the culture. Conversations in the comment section. The average black American, even more than the average, the overwhelming percentage of black Americans, African Americans, are actually Nigerian Americans. Turn up for the books. What do you make of this? Come share thoughts. But before you do that, click on the red subscribe button so it turns gray. The bell button notifies you every time I drop a new video. Click on like as well because that helps with the YouTube algorithm. Once you've done all three, come into the comment section, then come tell me what you're making of this new development. So I'll leave you here. Carry this conversation on with you in the comment section. But here, I say, peace.